Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay. On the south side as the Blue Moon Jess, we got mooji6. On the north side as Orange Star Jake, we got hapahauli. If I butchered that name well enough. He did wait his lander, you monster. Double infantry unit there. Of course, both players do start with 1 health recon for spotting, as well as a 1 health black bolt, which can be used for either boosting or for repairing. There's also a reef in the middle of that little pond to hide itself. But it does have 2 shores on that little sea there, so you can boost stuff across the river. Infantry artillery. So, Jess is going for some artillery. Artillery gets, of course, plus 10% firepower if this is a ground vehicle. Jake's artillery can get plus 10% firepower if it's on top of attacking from planes, so that's a great thing for artillery to be on. In a fog war match, ideally in the forest would be good for them. So, for his power and or superpower, he can get plus 1 indirect range for them, which is quite unusual, but very warm welcome. Jake, of course, is more of a superpower CO, since he gets, for his bonus of plus 10% firepower planes, for 10, 20, and then 40. And for his mobility, you got 0, 0, and then plus 2 for his ground units. And of course, he gets plus 1 indirect range, as well as plus 1 indirect range. So that is not necessarily skill per power, so it's a little bit of a mixed bag of abilities. But he can be quite nice. He's also quite comparable to Jess in some aspects, since it is also a bit more focused on ground focus, but his battle copters still get the boosted damage. He is, of course, keeping out of range for the 4s of possible artillery. Good on him. Does want the recon, at least from this side. You can just fall back to this force here to be even more of a problem. That's about the recon right there. Good strike down artillery, does manage to range it thanks to spotting this artillery or tank as well. He decided to put the recon on top of the city there just to spot stuff. He will take on finish off rather than ignore it and go straight for the cities. The artillery can fall back in far side HQ, get a bit of repairs going. Decides to go on top of the city, which can give him more repairs. 2 health is better than 1. Does get trapped on the left side. Jess has pushed pretty far forward on both flanks with infantry. Now has 15,000 versus 15,000 income. Will interrupt this capture though. Tank infantry, tank, so got multiple tanks. Howdy. Does double tap that tank there, knocking it out. And we'll start catching up the comm tower. Black boat has been pulled off the HQ. Let's get some good strikes here. 1 tank lurking in the woods, so the tank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If a power can range his tank, which could be possible. Recon, of course, while I did spot that other tank going in the woods. Does get trapped in the comm tower. So Jake will, of course, capture this comm tower first. Jess is not caught him close to this comm tower. Takes out the recon, battlecopter infantry, another tank. Of course, this pipe scene does block some traffic. Does get a strike on that infantry unit there. Hits it twice, but the comm tower is captured. It could pull back the woods and try to counterattack for a interrupt. He wants to prolong its suffering. And again, both these guys are a little bit wounded, so would be not really interrupt. I got some more properties there. Hits that infantry unit there, but is in range of this other tank that's out of vision range. And this infantry unit's on top of a mountain, so it's great spotting. Strikes the recon there, but went a little too far forward in range of artillery of 2 different units. Finished the recon there with the capturing. Does manage to strike the artillery there for the tank. Managed to squeeze a little bit farther. Was the tank the artillery a little bit farther back, but with power, can of course +1 raid, so keep an eye on the power. It is an impossibility. Does strike the infantry unit there. Hits the tank as well, and there. Takes out 1 tank. Balls up. Actually, this tank's out of vision range at the moment. That's quite important. Because now we could see it beat down next turn. Hits this tank quite well. Of course, it'll improve the plane's damage from 10 to 20%. I'll of course get +10/+10 global. That can be quite nice to hit one of these tanks as well. And 2 tanks in range, so I think it's actually time for a beatdown this turn. Get what damage you can before popping the power. Or power charge. If you do now the power being activated, beatdown. It's the infantry unit there. Tank will get a booster strike there. And infantry will finish it off. Hits the infantry unit there and finish it off. Got overdrive next turn. Maybe better for 1-2 punch with turbo charge. Great damage that knocks out both those tanks. The artillery will be up to 5 health next turn, or 4 health next turn. Can be up to 5 health before firing, which is going to be quite nice. Of course, got the battlecopter nearby. But Jake right now has 1 comm tower, Jess has 0 comm towers, and Jake may get both comm towers. Jess does go for the full overdrive. Strikes the anti-air. Infantry unit gets some damage there. May finish it off. Does finish off. Wounded artillery strikes the tank there for some damage. No anti-air we can see. It's time to finish off the tank. This black bolt can be destroyed by the artillery next turn or by the 2 health tank. Nothing to stop the battlecopter though, but hitting the destroying the black bolt would allow angle onto the artillery. Now Jake has both comm towers. Takes out the artillery. His battlecopter did miss the battlecopter here, so he had a counter to it. There's nothing in the air counter. Finish off. Could take out the gunboat there of the artillery, so maybe better just reposition the artillery. Because right now the gunboat, honestly I don't think that's worth it. I think it's better to push for the artillery to this tile here. Because it'll be a good time to push forward. The black bolt would not be able to repair anything and contribute very little at the moment, at this exact moment. So you should just finish off the infantry unit there, and we'll hit double tap that one there. Got a wounded infantry unit there to probably hold the ground. It's a 7 health infantry unit there. Good number of those units are going on down. Pretty good counterattack. Right now, Jake has 98,000. Jess and Surf 99, so they're pretty similar. And pulls back the tank there. Artillery as well. General retreat in the center. Not much this battlecraft can do with its AT in the region. Recon infantry. Finish some of these outlying units there. Tank does strike tank. Very nice. 2 comp powers as being quite devastating, plus showing some firepower global. With every reposition there, got tank, recon, battlecopter, infantry. And does get trapped there. Picks out the infantry unit there. Just some minor repositioning at the moment. And the battlecopter's heading down south. The lander, of course, falling back to pick up some infantry units there. Recon strikes the capturing infantry. There's still that one despicable neutral property on the map right here. And trying to flip this property. Out of range the artillery at the moment. Safe bet to know the fact there's artillery there. The overpower can range the other 2 infantry units there. Infantry, medium tank. Hits the AT quite nicely, and we'll finish off the oh, did not finish off the AT there. If a beatdown probably would have. It does interrupt the cap there. Artillery is zoning the infantry. Some good hits there. Neo tanks out of range of artillery. Nothing up here to really stop a Neo tank. Does get hit there. Our battlecopter strikes the tank. Does spot the artillery, but knowing enters it. Does manage to get a good strike onto it. Making great headway up north. Got tank, battlecopter, recon, infantry. JK's turn of 164,000, just as 110. Takes it the battlecopter there. Joint capture there will be fruitless since the artillery is in range. And now Jess going to activate for a turbocharge. Giving her plus 10 to firepower, additional firepower to all ground units. Of course, we got plus 10 global. And plus 1 movement range on all ground units while at it. Anti-air, recon, battlecopter, and base skip. Now got the block rock. Now he gets plus 2 movement range on all ground units, plus 1 indirect range for his indirect units, such as, well, doesn't really need the extra range, but does also get up to plus 40% additional firepower on the artillery, plus 10 plus 10 global. Both players have 1 comp power at the moment, so I wonder how much damage this artillery will do that Neo tank. I can put it right there. That looks like a pretty good shot. Does immediately go for it. Battlecopter finish off battlecopter. Regular tank strikes the Neo tank. Regular tank strikes the Neo tank. Finish off the capturing unit there. Tank strikes tank. Infantry rotating around. Tanks rotating around. Neo tank nukes the anti-air. Does have range artillery, which is only at 3 health though. Neo tank strikes the battlecopter for some odd reason. Knows all the Neo tanks. Not sure why. No one entering the range of the Neo tank. That seems like a bad idea to me. And we do have soon to be a 5 health artillery. Then again, it's not too much to spot here. Can't visually range that medium tank at the moment. Still doesn't seem a good idea to me. He knows what the medium tank close by the Neo tank. Can go just try to scout forward for it. And looks gonna be just general pullback. It's not a too terrible idea. Still got this despicable neutral property here. Bit of a rotation around. Jess ended turn for 109,000. Jake ends turn for 161. So he is about a little over a turn ahead. A turn and a half approximately right now. Tank, infantry. Battlecopter strikes tank. Good shots there. Battlecopter, tank, recon, and artillery. Is a good battlecopter strike on that one, but Jess does go ahead and resign his Angrade, saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay.